Hello everyone, welcome to another video on the channel, and not just focusing so much on this ST, this MK6 Fiesta ST150. It's as a whole. Now, as per the thumbnail, the reason you've clicked on this is maybe to sort of gauge an idea of why I'm saying this, why am I announcing this, what are my thoughts on this, and actually I would like you to comment below also on your thoughts. So I've been having like a little bit of a think recently, and some things that I've seen happening, my sort of future predictions, and what's going on with the marketplace at the moment with these MK6 Fiesta ST150s is, I just think that, or I feel that a lot of these, they're slowly going to be dying off, and it might be a good time to look at getting hold of one as a future investment, or getting a piece of history for the future, because there's going to be less of these around. Now, I know that sort of maybe sounds a little bit crazy because they're not massively that old. This is a 2006. This is 15 years old. You know, it is getting a little bit old. And the thing that sort of made me want to do this video was, I'm going to pop up on screen now. This is something that I seem to be seeing quite regular now. I'd say not on a daily basis, but I would say on a weekly basis now. I am seeing either on Instagram or on Facebook people who have either crashed, or they're written off for some other reason, or they've got big engine problems and they're basically breaking them. What's happening is there are less and less of these ST150s, these MK6 Fiesta STs, the first Fiesta ST. I want to sort of state there as well that there's going to be less of these on the road, because like I said, on a weekly basis, I am seeing more and more people breaking these, and companies who buy them and strip them for parts, and those parts are getting distributed. You know, maybe people have broke their own front bumpers or whatever, you know, or they've got just a normal MK6 and they want the ST bumpers, and less of the actual ST150s are going to end up on the road. Now, I was having a look and I've made a few notes. So, in 2009, these Fiesta STs, the 2 litres MK6s, in 2009 there was 15,311 of these on the road. Now jump 11 years to 2020, so this was the stats as of last year, there's only 8,802 that are on the road. So that's a reduction of over 6,500 in the last 11 years that have gone, that are no longer on the road. They've either, you know, been maybe crashed, written off, stripped for parts, etc. And if you look at that in 11 years, the amount that they've lost is nearly the amount, not far off the amount of what's left on the road. So, I mean, obviously, if you were to say in another 11 years, there's basically going to be about 2,500 of these on the road. I don't think so, because I think that that kind of curve will maybe level off. But I think that's still quite a drastic amount, that there's only left on the roads as of now is 8,800 in the UK, which I don't think is that many. Now, in comparison, you look at the Fiesta ST2s, so the MK7 Fiesta ST2, which was a very popular, and the ST3s. Now, as of 2020, the ST2s, there was over 17,500 of them on the road. Now, 17,500 just of the ST2s compared to these 2 litres of only 8,800. So that's quite a drastic thing. That's more than double the amount of these on the road, and that's just the ST2s. Then you've got the ST3s, which there is just under 17,500. So of the mark, and then there's the other, like, kind of, you know, the odd ST1 out there, and you've got the ST200s, but there's not many of them. So, trying to think of the maths on that, I think that's about sort of 35-ish thousand of the MK7s, probably a bit more, so it's probably about 36,000 MK7 ST. So 36,000 of the MK7s compared to 8,800 of the MK6s. That's a drastic difference of what is on the road right now. So, you know, they are getting less and less and less. And if you want to be, like, sort of really after a future classic, then you've got the ST500s, where they only made 500 of these in the black. Now, in 2008, I'm guessing there was 500 made, but as of 2020, there's now only 311 on the road in the UK. So they are becoming extremely rare, extremely rare. And, you know, we're even seeing that in ones that are for sale at the moment. Like, for example, there is from 2008 when they came out. There is one for sale on Auto Trader with 48,000 on it, and it's up for 7,500. Now, 7,500 could buy you a pretty decent Mark 7. So that just shows you how, there is obviously a demand for the Mark 6 there, and that's only going to go up in value because, as I've said, there's only 311 of them on the road. And the same, I think, with these Mark 6s. Now, when I bought this Mark 6 last October, there was options of ones even about 500 quid, but they were just dogs. Then you've got ones from like 1 to 2,000, they are on high mileage, they're over 100,000 miles, they might be, a bit bashed or whatnot. And then I got this one, which was, as far as I could see, a pretty good example. It was black, it had the sunroof, it had the full leather interior, and it was only on, I think, 62 or 63,000 miles at the time on a 2006, which, if you do the maths, that's very low mileage per year that it had done. So that really appealed to me, and it had full service history, it had full everything, it even had the original receipts that came with the car, so it showed me that the person who owned this, took pride in it. So I got it for £3,000, which some people might think, God, that's expensive. But if you look now, they haven't even gone down in value at all in a year. And I was having a look, and for a very similar spec car, they're still at £3,000. So, that's showing that there's no dip in, getting onto nearly a year now in the market. And I can only see that because of the reduction of the amount of these on the road, that is only going to start to go up in value. I mean, I made a note here. A 2005, so when these first came out, with only 15,000 on it, which is insane when you think only 15,000 miles on a 2005 car as a whole, but on these cars, it's up for £10,000, which I remember when I bought my first Mark 6 ST, the white one with blue stripes, if you've watched my channel. I think I bought that in, was it 2007 or 2000, I think it was 2007. I bought that for about, I think it was £13,000. So you can get a 2005 with 15,000 on it for 10k. So I think, some people will laugh at these numbers, but I don't think there is a reason to laugh, because I do think that there is going to be a demand to especially get hold of a standard one. I think that's going to be key. If you're looking at these as just an investment, not to buy and enjoy and mod and all that kind of thing, then if you want to look at an investment, maybe in 10 years, it is going to go up maybe quite a bit, then I think looking at a standard one, you are going to have to pay pretty good money, and that's only going to go up. I mean, look at other Ford cars in the past, all your kind of, Sierra Cosworths, and now your Mark II Focus RSs. These are all going up in value, and it's because there's less of them on the road. People actually want a standard one, they don't want modified. It's the standard ones that, they've had no money spent on them, like all these people who spend thousands on modding the cars, and actually it devalues your car in a way, because you don't know what someone has done to it, whereas if it's been completely standard, it's not been like fettled with, it's not been ragged, with the low mileage, etc. So I do think it is a really good time right now when the market is low. As I said, it hasn't gone up or down in the last year, so I feel like now it's kind of getting at its lowest on whatever example you're looking at. Then I think this is kind of going to be at one of its lowest. If I had the money and if I had a garage, honestly, I would look to buy a standard one, keep it garaged and stored away, and in 10, 20 years, it could be like a nice little retirement sort of fund for you, because I do think they will go up in value. I do think there'll be a demand. Also, for the fact that it was the very first Fiesta ST, is such a popular car now, such a great car. The Mark 7 showed that, and the Mark 8. There is tons of the Mark 8. I see them all the time. I mean, as I've mentioned, there's 36,000 of the Mark 7 STs on the road still, compared to the 8,800 of the Mark 6s. So there's a definite showing there of how popular these cars are. And if you are looking to make some money in the future, I think go out, buy yourself a, if you can, standard or very, very, very lightly modified, nice example of a Mark 6 ST150. And I think, like I said, I think in 10 years you'll be quids in. For all you know, the value could double up. A £3,000 one standard, like, I don't know if you'll get a standard one with low mileage, but let's just say a few £1,000s, that will probably double. I feel like it would double. Maybe that's a big statement, but in 10 years, I don't think that's daft. I mean, just look at some Mark II Focus RSs. They've started to go back up in value again. I mean, I think I saw recently, like, a Sierra Cosworth was going up for sale for something like 90-something thousand pounds. Now, I think like 5-6 years ago, you could pick one up for like 7,000-8,000. So, you know, that is crazy how sort of popular these kind of fast Fords are becoming. So yeah, I wanted to do this video. I'm sorry if maybe this has been boring, but at the end of the day, you would not have clicked on this video if you didn't think this is of interest to me. It's something that I've been looking at and pondering quite a lot. And I just thought I wanted to get out there. I wanted to tell you my opinions. I wanted to see what your opinions are. As I said, comment below on, you know, what you think that I have said in this. What are your thoughts? What are your predictions? I just think it'd be quite interesting to see what everyone thinks, because, yeah, I think that's sort of... And actually, I just wanted to add that even though I'm saying all this, and I've contradicted what I've said in regards to, you know, if you've been watching, of saying don't get a modified one. I have really modified this car, and I'm going to modify it a hell of a lot more. But the difference is, I'm not looking to ever sell this car unless I had to. I am not selling this car. It's basically priceless to me. Someone could offer me, you know, £6,000 or whatever, double what I paid for this, but I've invested a lot into this, and I don't want to sell it because of reasons in earlier videos. Go and check out the video called My Story, because that backs up a little bit of what I've been discussing today, but also what I've just said now. You know, I'm not looking to sell this, so it doesn't matter that I'm hugely modifying this car, and I'm going to modify it for the years to come as well. Which, you know, I hope you do stick with me in the channel in that regards. I, you know, really enjoy doing the videos on this. I get some really nice comments. I actually had a fantastic comment off someone on Instagram. It really gave me a boost for myself, the car, and the channel. So I do really appreciate people taking the time to watch these videos, you know, liking it, commenting, even sharing the videos as well, you know, with people who you might think are interested in it. But yeah, I think I've talked long enough. I do really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. As I mentioned, again, please comment below with your thoughts. Really appreciate that. And if you are new to the channel, feel free to subscribe and make sure to click that little bell icon to keep up to date with future videos. And hopefully I'll have some more mod videos for you coming up very soon. Thanks all for watching, and see you again soon. Bye.